Hey everybody, this is Jake Morris from Fund Financial. You've clicked on the video illustrating our 12-week fund financial planning process. Over the next few minutes, I'll explain what you can expect if you engage us in one of our two financial planning offerings, retained services or limited project engagement. Let's start the slideshow. We recommend retained services for those clients that want to be able to call us whenever something comes up, or for those clients that are looking for our most comprehensive financial planning service. Limited scope projects are great for those clients that have a few areas of financial concern that they need professional help with, but who aren't looking for an ongoing financial planning relationship. Regardless of whether you're interested in retained services or limited project, the first step in the process is the same, which is connecting with us for a free initial consultation. The way that you do this is by picking up the telephone, sending us an email, jake@fundfinancial.com, and I'll send you a link to our scheduling software, Calendly, where we go ahead and schedule your introductory fit appointment. At this meeting, we'll want to talk about what's keeping you up at night and what your main areas of financial concern are. Now, I put a few pages from our Calendly scheduling software because I know that for some clients, it feels a little bit different than picking up the telephone and making an appointment with somebody. I understand that, and I don't want anyone to feel intimidated by anything that we do here at Fund Financial. All you do is you go to Calendly/Fund Financial. The information's available on our website for reference, and you want to click on this box in yellow, the 20 to 30 minute introductory meeting. This will take you to our availability page. Just click on a date that works for you, select a time that works for your schedule, list your name, your email address, and your main area of financial concern, and boom, you are done. That's it. It's so easy. No reason for going back and forth with 5 different emails, 3 different times. Does this work for you? Or, oh, I don't know, I'm busy that time. What about this time? Just pick the time that works for you and you're done. It's that easy. You notice that we have the option of conducting the appointment by Zoom or on the telephone. We use both at Fund Financial and want to use whatever your preference is. Each Zoom meeting ID is unique to your appointment for your privacy as well as for your security. So we hold the introductory fit appointment, and assuming that our services are a good fit for what you need and what you're looking for, I'll follow up with our ADV, privacy policy, a code of ethics, and a client contract with a fee for service. We'll then have time to discuss the fee, and I can show you the calculation, and you can sign the contract at our next meeting. First, a brief word about fees. The downside of comprehensive, personalized financial planning is that it isn't free. We are a fee-only financial planning firm, but we're not a free-only financial planning firm. Your fees are calculated as a percentage of your assets, income, and complexity factor. And for retained clients, our fees start at $5,000, while for limited project engagements, the fee can range between $1,500 and $3,000. We feel strongly that our fees are aligned with your personal progress over time and that you're going to see the value in working together. For people who engage us in limited project engagements, the next few slides are going to be a little bit different because what we're illustrating is a 3-person meeting process where for limited project engagements, we combine these first 2 meetings. So for retained services, you have 3 meetings after the initial appointment. Limited project engagements have the 2 meetings. After completion of the project, though, I will ask permission for my limited project people to hold a complimentary check-in meeting in about 6 months. The reason for this is because I want to see how everything's going with you, and also to see if there was any difficulty making any implementations from the recommendations we discussed. If at the end of completion of our limited engagement project, you'd like to engage us in retained services, that's awesome, and we will discount you by your annual price that you've already paid. Okay, so next up is the fun stuff. Literally. We use the acronym FUN to describe our fund financial planning process, and the first meeting that you'll have with us is the F meeting, which stands for Finding Out About You. This is a 90, 60-minute meeting that we use to typically explore in depth your goals, your interests, and passions. Now, the reason that we start with these qualitative questions and not the quantitative ones is frankly because that's the type of financial planning firm that we are, and because knowing who you are, knowing what makes you you, knowing what you like to do with your time, what your goals are, your interests and your passions, these things are actually more important in the financial planning process than knowing your account balances, than knowing your AGI the last few years. As a fiduciary, my job is to align your goals and your priorities with recommendations that are going to help you reach those goals. So knowing what your lifestyle is like is honestly more important than knowing the numbers for your account balances. So we like to say no paperwork, no account statements required for this meeting. We're just here to find out what makes you, you. So at the completion of this meeting is the next meeting, which is you, which stands for Understanding Your Priorities. This is a 90-minute meeting where we combine elements of data gathering as well as the collaborative goal setting to move you towards being financially organized. We want to do this because, one, we want you to see some real tangible results in the short time that we've already been working together. And because this is the opportunity where we actually get to start to link accounts to our financial planning software, Right Capital. So we like to say no homework at the end of this meeting because you've already done the hard work by getting into the client chair and getting yourself financially organized. So give yourself a pat on the back for a job well done. After the U meeting, there's a second U meeting called Understanding Your Numbers. This is an internal session that I don't have the client present for, but I want to illustrate it as part of our financial planning process because this is something that I bring to the table whether you are a retained service or a limited project engagement. This is where I finally take a look at some of the numbers that we've linked, some of the account statements, to synthesize a few details to present to you at our next meeting, which stands for N, New Possibilities. This is a 90-minute meeting where we collaboratively redefine and clarify the goals that we've discussed in our prior meetings, as well as illustrate various scenarios from our previous session, the U, Understanding Your Numbers. As a result, we'll hopefully be committed and inspired to implement the top 1 or 2 financial priorities from your list. The reason that we don't say committed and inspired to implement every financial priority from your list is because financial planning is a process. It's not an arrival. And because we use our annual service calendar for checking up on your progress and priorities in a systematic basis. I've included a sample here on this next page. For retained clients, we typically meet every 4 months, about 3 times a year, but in between, you'll see a whole slew of information that we cover with every single client. Even if all of this information doesn't apply to your individual situation, we have a systematic system in place for checking up on your progress so that we're executing our meetings in a timely manner for you, and also just so that we're doing it in an organized fashion. Okay, let's do a quick review. Step 1 is connecting for a free initial consultation. Step number 2, sending you the client contract. Step number 3 is finding out about you. Step number 4, understanding your priorities. Step number 5, understanding your numbers. Step number 6 is new possibilities, followed by ongoing financial planning. So that's it. That's how we do the first 12 weeks as a client here at Fund Financial. If you have any questions or if you'd like to reach out to me, please send me an email, jake@fundfinancial.com, to schedule your introductory appointment with us. Fund Financial. Plan for tomorrow, live for today.